Welcome to the 2012 Herberry's Dearman Draft Recap. I'm your host, Chris Jones, and my co-host, Alec Norcom Branningham, brought to you by the Jolly Green Giant Vegetables.
Giant vegetables.
Because you're so big.
Alright. Who's ready to hear a draft recap? I am.
This guy.
Me too.
Alright, I think we'll start here with, we've pre-ranked our teams 1 through 12, and we are going to start at the bottom, build up suspense, and then get to the top here by the end of the show. So let's start with our bottom four, number 9, 10, 11, and 12. This one features you, actually, starting with number 9.
Thanks to old B.
Thanks to old B. Or thanks to old
Gotta
draft.
tell the truth, even though we played in a band together and have known each other forever.
Thanks to old draft Peyton Manning in the second.
No courtesy from me.
Which he's on the waiver wire right now. You can pick him up. We'll take running backs.
Alright, so number 9, Alec. Why so low on Alec here, other than drafting Peyton Manning in the second?
Hurt guy. And then MJD not trying to finish out his stuff.
That's true.
Possibly getting released. That's not going to help.
Not going to help. Also, Ryan Matthews. Who are you going to start? Garrett Blount?
Who may not even
Jaquez.
start.
Isn't he hurt too? Jaquez Rogers? Maybe.
Aaron Hernandez, not a bad pick. AJ Green, excellent pick. Outside of that, you're leaning a little bit too much on a rookie quarterback or a 39-year-old quarterback.
2 rookies.
So, this 9 spot might be too generous.
Start over.
Okay, let's look at this number 10 team. That would be Mr. Rick Williams and his wonderful floating head.
There he goes.
Alright, Rick this year, about the same as every year, doing something crazy. Look at his top quarterback there is Mr. Jay Cutler. What do we think about this?
Brandon Marshall was an excellent pickup.
He does have the Cutler to Marshall connection. No, he doesn't have Marshall, does he? He just
No,
has Cutler.
That's what I'm saying. Just for the Bears in general.
Right.
Excellent for Cutler. He's still in the preseason, less than 50% completion percentage, and he's always known for those INTs.
Right, and I think if you look at all the teams in the league, Cutler's still he's gonna be what, the 10th, 11th quarterback, which you want better than that if you're gonna be ranked in the top half.
I think if he's going to get any production out of his team, it's going to be out of his wide receiver core. Julio Jones, Kendall Wright. Kendall's going to have a breakout season. He's a rookie. Julio
Jeremy
Jones.
Macklin is very solid.
Well, and Lance Moore in there, now that Meacham is gone, Lance Moore, he might be worth something. So
Breeze loves him.
His receiver core is going to carry him for sure.
Right, and his running back group is not too bad, especially when you think being ranked this low. He's got Marshawn Lynch and LaShawn McCoy. That's a pretty good combo. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes a little higher than 10. But
Marshawn Lynch coming off a career year, can he even get close to that again?
right, that's true. And that's the question. So there we are at 10. Number 11, we move down to Mr. James Romo Hall. And I think that just about says it all.
Romo's the homo.
I think he promised himself, I will not draft Romo again. He said it to himself. He went to sleep saying it.
He said it out loud.
I will not draft Romo. I will not draft Romo. And in the second round, James takes Romo.
Fan drafting again.
He fan drafted. Also, maybe one of the worst things is not that taking Forte is bad, but if you think at the number 11 spot in the first round, you had a chance to take Calvin Johnson, number 1 receiver, in a tier of his own, basically. The number 2 receiver is good, but not in the same ballpark as Calvin Johnson.
We actually just talked about this. You've got Forte, who will get you 14 on a good week, versus Calvin Johnson, who averaged 22 all of last season.
Right, and then there's other average running backs who could get you 14 on some weeks. A receiver that you can almost count on double digits each week, that's very hard to come by.
Michael Bush stealing goal line carries there too.
Right. So, and he didn't finish the season, I don't think, because of an injury. So definitely questionable.
Receiving for Percy Harvin, Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz, huge playmaker.
Right.
Percy Harvin, very much the same.
He finished the year strong, so give him
Christian
credit for that.
Ponder throwing the ball in Minnesota scares me a little bit.
That is true. Now, Harvin did finish the season strong, so does he pick that up where he left off? So.
Loads of potential.
What do we got at tight end?
We got Fred Davis. I think isn't he coming? Doesn't he have a suspension to serve still?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, that's pretty weak for tight end. You know, he's usable, but he
was solid for me last year.
Right, it's definitely not a strength
not
of the
a top
team.
10 guy, I don't think.
All right, and one of the biggest surprises here is last year's champion, defending champion, Andy Robinson comes in ranked number 12 unanimously. Number 12. Let's talk about why.
Where do I start?
Andy,
Tim Tebow?
just keep drafting on your own.
Tebow in round 16. That just about.
Quality pickup.
I-
David Akers in what, the 7th round?
I
Yeah.
about pulled my hair out last year with Tim Tebow.
All right, let's talk about where it starts off. He takes
Matt Ryan, too early.
Yeah,
Way too early.
the first 3 picks. He takes Chris Johnson at number 10. He passed up on people like Forte, passed up on Calvin Johnson. Chris Johnson's going to be an okay guy. He's going to be a top 10 running back by the end of the year, but
Matt Ryan would have
outside-
been sitting there still another three rounds
Right.
later.
He took Matt Ryan in the 3rd. He could have got Matt Ryan in the 7th. He could have got Matt Ryan at the same time everybody's picking up their backups like Matt Schaub and all these other guys that are getting taken like
Matt
Carson
Ryan
Palmer.
consistently falls 6th or 7th round.
Right.
Long draft.
You could have taken somewhere. You could have taken a Steve Smith, a Trent Richardson, Ahmad Bradshaw, even a Frank Gore at that point.
Yeah.
So
I like Andre Johnson if he's healthy. He's of course one of the top 4 receivers in the NFL when he's healthy.
yeah, if he's on the field, he's a top 4 guy. But he's not anything for you if he's off the field.
Santana Moss and RG3 do seem to have some chemistry thus far. That could be a good pickup, but then again, you're
Right.
leaning on
Do you still think he's a top 20 receiver?
I think that he's a strong receiver number 3.
Right. So he's kind of missing a receiver too there.
And you got Jason Witten, too. I mean, you can never go wrong with Jason Witten.
Right. But the thing
That's
about it
T-Day.
is he is going to be enter the season off that spleen injury. So.
One thing we got to consider, he does have Jordy Nelson also. He's not listed on his starting lineup right now.
But he is that Jordy Nelson
Nelson.
might be the best pick of this whole draft. 4th round,
Very well could be.
Jordy Nelson. He was way undervalued in the draft. He had 15 touchdowns last year. He's going to probably drop that a little bit, but he still gets
He
10 to
did.
12. So,
Easily.
and Aaron Rodgers once again prime for it.